All right, so it looks like Tesla got robbed. And I don't mean by SEC or the short sellers. I mean by a guy who used to work for them. And granted, he didn't just walk in and put a gun to Elon's head and, like, give me money, here's the bag. No, he did it in a much more ballsier way, I have to say. So let me tell you what happened. And let's talk about, like, how in the world could this really happen? Is it just a Tesla thing? Or can really any employee in his position on any company rob them of millions of dollars? All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, evil in a check. Welcome to your number one source of unbiased electric car news. And if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, and by the way, thank you to all of your congratulations and happy birthday wishes. This show turned 2 years old. So that was very nice of you guys. So let's get going with the third year. Yeah. So here's what happened. So this guy who worked for Tesla for a few years, he went all the way to, I guess, a global supply management chair, whatever that means. His name is Salil Parulakar. Salil Parulakar. I probably would have learned his name a little bit better if he was one of the Patreons I'm usually featuring in, but nevertheless. So he, I guess when Tesla switched suppliers to Hota, and they provide some of the parts, I think some of the, I don't want to get into it, it's just some boring parts for the car, I guess. What he did was basically redirect. I mean, he created an identity theft schema, and then he basically redirected the payments from Tesla that were meant to go to that supplier to him, to his, like, I guess, personal accounts. Now I'm assuming because there are 9 counts, and by the way, this is Department of Justice. The as you know, it's they're investigating Tesla, Elon Musk right now, but they're also, you know, being fair, they're going after this guy. So the Department of Justice, I'm just looking at my notes, charged him with 9 counts of wire fraud. So I'm assuming he did 9 transactions before he got caught, totaling of 9.3 million dollars. And 1 count of identity theft. So just by reading those charges, I'm assuming that he did it 9 times. So if he's convicted, he's looking at 20 years in prison, not jail, prison, because I'm assuming that's a federal charges, and $250,000 fine, which is basically he's just gonna have to give him a roadster. Okay, now, by the way, I was looking for a picture on LinkedIn of him, and look, I don't know how Tesla could have missed that this guy is probably up to for something good, because obviously from his profile, I'm just kidding. I'm just showcasing my awesome Photoshop skills. Anyway, that's his profile. No picture. No picture. I don't know if you took it out after all of this, but nevertheless, that's. I was gonna contact him and ask him for a comment, but I think there are a couple people did, and he basically said, "Go talk to my lawyer." Which, by the way, I don't blame me at all. And before we talk about how this happened, let me remind you guys that this show and this channel is sponsored by Avanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. There's a discount code in the description of this video. We are working, I think this weekend, I'm working on getting featured 5 different products for Model 3 for you guys to kind of get to know a little bit. So maybe you can make Christmas gifts for those of you who have a Model 3 or getting one pretty soon. Anyway, so yeah, it's a very interesting story. Now, I don't understand how this could actually be happening right in front of everyone's noses, right? I mean, I don't know how big of a position of global supply management chair is just from his LinkedIn profile. I mean, it looks like he just started from a regular buyer, I think, and just moved up a few stages in 4 years. But how in the world can you create personal accounts, fake easily the identity theft, and then essentially just transfer the money 9 times? I cannot understand one, though. I gotta tell you, like, how is this the identity theft is that easy to do nowadays? I thought we kind of put all of the necessary steps in place for that. And then they haven't noticed, like, isn't there like kind of check, hey, we send you payment confirmation, or here's another invoice because you guys didn't pay us. Oh, what do you mean we didn't pay? Right? Like, how does it like? And we're not talking about like few dollars or a few hundred or thousands of dollars. We're talking about like $9.3 million, like because there are, I guess, like 9 transactions. Like on average, it was $1 million transaction. How is it nobody caught on to this like almost immediately? Because obviously the supplier wasn't getting the money. So I'm wondering, is this a Tesla thing? Or is this something that, just kind of any company? By the way, I just saw a slide. Follow me on Instagram. I actually been pretty active. So if you want to see like behind the scenes stuff or just my personal stuff, yesterday I just posted me fooling around at the nail salon. Yeah, I was getting a pedicure. It was a day thing, but still, I'm not afraid to admit it. I love getting pedicures once in a while because cutting your own nails is not always fun, and when you get a massage with it, it's a completely different experience. Is all I'm saying, and you smell like lavender for the rest of the day. So, all right, so yeah, so follow me on there. And definitely, I'm looking forward to the comment section. So let me know. I don't know, maybe you have your own company, or you guys kind of part of the same type of a department where can people really steal money that easily? And kudos to DOJ, the Department of Justice, and figuring this out, going after this guy. And again, he's obviously innocent until proven guilty, but it just doesn't look really good. And I wonder, like, does this happen to Tesla a lot, or is just because it's Tesla, it's in the news a lot? Do people do this all the time? Just kind of curious. And now the name that I have learned a little bit better than Salil's is Sterling Michaels Moons, who is a new Patreon. I really hope I pronounce his name right now. I give myself so much props for that. So thank you, Sterling, for joining me and supporting me. Patreon.com/E4Electric. The description of this video also has the link to it if you want to support. It could be as little as $1 a month. And my Patreons obviously are the reasons that I'm able to go full time with this and deliver the unbiased news to you guys pretty much 3 times a day nowadays, right? And also, you guys, the first ones to see these videos because you can watch me live. There's also extra segment there as well for you, and just better access. And I feel like my Patreons get to participate in what topics sometimes and what themes that I have in my show. So thank you so much for that. And by the way, I do go live on YouTube once a week now as well for a subscriber hangout. We just talk about the week. I answer all of your questions. We talk about cars, electric cars, my pedicures, whatever you guys want to talk about. The one that's coming up on Sunday is already posted on the homepage of my channel. So please check it out. There's a reminder you can set there. That way you don't miss anything. You can hang out here on YouTube on Sunday. All right, guys. Looking forward to the comment section, of course. I'll see you next time. And remember to stay charged.